Hey there, folks. We are going to talk with the gray-haired loan guy. Yes, folks, it actually says that if you're not watching live. AKA Mr. Stephen Dow from Velocity Mortgage. How you doing, man? I love your sense of humor.
I'm good. I didn't know it was going to show up on this new
Yeah,
platform
it
you're
does.
using, so I thought it was just messing around just to get into the chat room. Now I'm permanently the moniker of great. Wow, I'm gonna have to dye it up and then maybe change the moniker because I just noticed I was looking at a lot more salt and pepper lately. So
we're gonna have to go back and look at some of our first videos from 3 years ago. And really do a side-by-side comparison. Hey, can somebody out there with the tools of technology do that? Go back and find Stephen Dow's first video and this one. And
right?
Let's do it. Let's do a compare.
It's like being the president of the United States. You start, one way and you end up in the office with just gray hair just everywhere. So low business will do that to you, man.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, do me a favor, get that marketing thing out of the way. We could talk about small loan cash out refis, which again is not a product that most people offer. But you do, and our audience is benefiting it. So we'll talk about it. But marketing thing first.
Thank you, sir. Then again, we're very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital. All the ideas and topics discussed on this channel, that of my own. So let's get another one going.
So one of the things that people need to realize is the loan, aka the mortgage market, it's an evolving creature. It's always expanding and contracting. And one of the things I am seeing as we get closer to the end of 2024 is a lot of lenders are pulling back. A lot of lenders are tightening up their yes boxes. They're denying exceptions. And one of the things that often gets hurt is loan size, right? So again, it's just simply more profitable to do a big loan than a small loan. It should make logical sense to everyone. And I'm already seeing a lot of folks not be able to do cash out refis on smaller loans. So talk about what Velocity does. And I know you're helping a lot of people. And by the way, we can hear your keyboard typing, so don't do that.
I'm sorry. Multitasking. There's only 24 hours in a day, man. Too many people to help. So basically the product I think that you were mentioning that we're doing for this one client is basically a blanket loan. Several of his properties are kind of like around the $100,000, $90,000 range. And so even at the max LTV, sometimes they can't stand on their own individually. So we would be able to group them together and provide, cash out refinance for the total sum of all the combined values together and then go 75% of that amount, which would normally meet the minimum loan requirement. So that's what we've been able to help with a lot of people that maybe didn't have a lot of options. There's only a few lenders out there that will, offer a blanket or portfolio loans.
And it's less than 6 months ago, right? People need to realize this. The lending market is tightening up in a meaningful way. So again, the ability for the average Joe to get a portfolio loan on smaller loan properties, that's dwindling away, and Velocity is one of the few left.
Right. Well, again, I mean, as things get a little bit harder, some banks are going to want to work on stuff that gives them a bigger rate of return because many of them have had to kind of streamline their staffing, little skeleton crew, because they got to cut overhead and to try to survive to the next kind of wave or whatnot. So, I mean, that's the lender's way usually to kind of say, hey, don't send us so many loans right now because we may not be able to be prepared for it. So without telling you that, they kind of do certain
exactly
guidelines.
Yeah. When you're in the business long enough, like you've been, and I've been a consumer of it, you know what a Heisman feels like, right? It's like, we're not telling you we don't want to lend, but that's right. Yeah, exactly. You're not part of this. But again, folks, we bring you a lot of options here. Velocity Mortgage does allow you, if you're buying in the Midwest or maybe some of the Southeast areas, and you have a 100K property, and nobody wants to lend to you on a cash out refi. If you reach out to Stephen Dow, he might be able to help you. And it's just sdow@velocitymortgage.com, right? That's the email. That's the magic.
That is the magic password. So no, that is perfect. I love the new platform with all these nice little tools. So without me having to go through the actual spelling and people are like, what was that again with your Asian accent? I'm sorry. What did you say?
You got a Texas accent. You don't have an Asian accent.
Y'all, I'm used to saying y'all now. So, but
But again, there's a lot of things going on that Velocity Mortgage provides the audience. Obviously, the smaller cash out loans may make sense. Portfolio loans may make sense. You have the 90% CLTV, combined loan to value. You and I are the creator of the 50-40-10 You could do house hacks on apartment buildings, right? There's just so many things that Velocity Mortgage has. And again, you're not like most lenders. You're Wall Street traded. You know what you do. You do what you do. You're not trying to be all things to all people. Do I have all that right?
Pretty much, the old saying, jack of all trades and a master of none. Right. We do one thing only, pretty much, and we've been doing it for several decades. And so, this model works. Just check our stock prices.
Yeah. What's the symbol? What's the symbol for Velocity Mortgage?
VEL.
VEL. Yeah. There you go, folks. So again, the other thing I would tell you is if you are an investor, fixer, flipper, you need to have Velocity Mortgage in your Rolodex, even if you're not ready to start a file. I strongly suggest reaching out to Stephen Dow at SDow at Velocity Mortgage just to make an introduction. You never know when your lender might say no, and you need somebody to save him, because I know he's helped many people that way.
I'm perfectly fine being Plan B. I mean, that's pretty much usually how this works. Just because of the nature of the product being, no ratio, so I don't look to, towards any metric at all, any kind of DTI, any DSCR, anything like that. So we're usually kind of, when all else fails, like I said, come talk to Uncle Steve. Yeah, talk to Uncle Steve. And again, Plan B is not a bad option. SDow at Velocity Mortgage, aka the gray-haired loan guy. Well, again, I was messing around like I normally do. Thinking, no, I'm just having fun. I love it. Take care, buddy. Enjoy. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend. Yep. Bye, buddy.